Hi everyone and welcome to the V7 vlog channel. Today I want to tell you a little bit of a story of mine. Some times ago I was in the market in search for a vlog camera, something very portable that could easily fit in my pocket, and so I could carry it with me every day, all week round. So I've searched basically the entire internet. Every page of a forum, every page of marketplaces I've searched, the entirety of eBay, of Amazon, of AliExpress, and you name it. Well, not truly everything, but the vast majority of it, because I'm like that. So basically I've narrowed it down to 3 models, to 3 objects, to 3 cameras, if you will. The first one was, the obvious choice, the better than the rest, the top-notch solution. What was it? Well, it's recording me right now, right this very moment. And it is the Sony ZV-1 or ZV-1 or ZV-1, depending on where you are. So, what to say about this camera? It is fantastic. It's got a lens made by Zeiss with an aperture of 1.8 and an autofocus that it is truly its best point, in my opinion. It is extraordinary. It is extraordinary. And it is not an understatement nor an overstatement. It just is reality. The autofocus on this camera is, the Sony special. Sony's name is often synonymous of a very good autofocus, and this does shows up very well with this camera. The color science of it is not bad at all, because you've got to know I'm not an Englishman, I'm not an American, but you probably could tell by my English, but I'm an Italian, and as an Italian I am quite pale, quite red. Well, the redness is because I'm introverted as freak and I'm in front of a camera, and this is maybe the 10th time I start this recording because I'm like that. If something isn't precisely like I want, we're going to start again. A little bit like Stanley Kubrick, if you like. I wouldn't do it 127 times though, but that's another story. So the color science is not bad. I am of this color. I am red right now. I am red in the vast majority of the hours of a day. So this is not bad. The autofocus we have already established, it's very good. So the aperture, it does give you a very good bokeh, which you can enhance even further if you want by a little bit of a digital magic. By just the press of a button, it gets even better. But we'll see about that when I go outside of my home and we try it in the wild of my garden. Oh god. Well, so this was the first choice, the better, but the most expensive. Yes, this was undoubtedly the most expensive one, because it was like 700, no, almost 800 euros for the camera itself. Then I got the Bluetooth controller / handle / tripod that Sony makes for it, and that settled me back around another 150 euros. So that would be like for the camera almost US dollar. What would that be? I believe around 850 US dollars, maybe. Not sure about that, I'll have to check. And for the handle slash tripod slash controller, the do-it-all handle. No, not the do-it-all handle, that's a kind of a trademark of DJI. Well, we're gonna talk about the DJI in just a moment, so wait a little bit. And for the that contraption would be like $200 I do believe. Correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong, which probably it is the case. The audio on this camera is very good, and it does a little bit of trickery depending on how the LCDs flip to try to get it right and optimize it if you are in front of the camera or if you're in the back of the camera shooting what's towards yourself. But to make a comparison, I'm recording the audios on the camera and on a Zoom H1N recorder, so we can have a little bit of understanding on which is good, which is bad, because the Zoom H1N tends to be the standard for a good, economic, cheap audio. So we got that. So this is the first choice, and this I got it because it's recording myself. But being as I am, I basically had to get even the other two. Yes, I do have got even the other two, and we're gonna test everything today. Both inside, where I am right now, and then outside, where we'll go shortly. So, enough for the ZV-1, let's switch to the second camera. So here we are in the presence of the second camera choice that I've made. This camera is very more compact than the ZV-1. This can actually fit in your pocket. And that's the reason why it is called Pocket 2. Yes, this is the DJI Pocket 2. And as you can see, it's very much more wide-angled than the ZV-1. And very much more stable, as we will see shortly. But that's a given, it is a gimbal camera. So let's speak about the autofocus. The autofocus, well, it's not bad at all actually. It's nowhere near the one of the ZV-1 by Sony, but it is very good. And with this you can very easily achieve a very good vlog when you're outside. The audio is not bad. The audio of this is not very bad. As I previously said, we're gonna compare it with the Zoom H1N. So I'm recording both of them simultaneously. So this is maybe better, you know. To be honest, just a thought, if you're gonna go making a vlog outside, very quick, very impromptu, shall we say, because spoiler alert, when you do a vlog outside, you do carry around much stuff. Maybe the cat has come. Yes, I have now to get the cat out of the way. Excuse me, I'll be back in a second. Oh, baby! Dai. Yes, everything is fine. So, where were we? I was saying that if you're gonna go around carrying with yourself just one thing to really do the true vlog experience of, you know, something happens, I do think about something I want to share with the world, maybe the Pocket 2 is the better choice. Yes, because it's always with you. It does really take about no space. You can have it in your jeans pocket, you can have it in your bag, you can have it in your car, you can have it basically even up your... Joking, do not attempt that, no. But really, to be honest, this is the better solution for an improv new vlog. Of course, the quality is not gonna be anywhere as near as good as those proper camera, but the size difference, those make a difference. So you've got that. And the fact that you have not to carry around a big gimbal to mount it on to get those nice cinematic, nice, not sickening videos is very, very good indeed. The fact that it is very, very much wide-angled, excuse my pronounce of the English language. This is my first serious videos, so do treat me with gentleness and respect, with kindness, down in the comments below. Well, I was saying, when you're out and about, having this big angle to record yourself, it is good, because you see, I'm Italian, I can do everything with my hands, and you will see that with ZV-1 not so much, because you're restricted to basically this, which is good but it is not astonishing. So this is for the Pocket 1, the Pocket 2, back. But I've spoken about a third option. Yes? What would that be? Because those two are the most recent and the most bought block solution as far as I know. So what would the third option be? We'll see about that in just a second. And so, ultimately, here we are with my third choice. What is it? Well, you got to know, it is an older camera than both the ZV-1 and the Pocket 2. And it is made by Panasonic. Yes, this is the Lumix LX15 for us Europeans. If you're in the States, it will be the LX10. Same camera, exactly the same, as far as I know. This is very, very much cheaper than the ZV-1. It's half the price. And it is actually older. So you got that. What are the differences? Well, the lens is astonishing. The ZV-1 has a very, very, very good, magnificent lens by size, yes. This has a Leica Vario Summilux with an aperture of 1.4. When I've seen for the first time the bokeh this can make, I was flabbergasted, if that's the correct word for it. Well, I was truly astonished, because it is fantastic beyond every recognition by myself. I did not expect for it to be this good. Well, we have to say, I'll have to tell you, that this very, very fast aperture is only available at its widest setting. So that would be 24 millimeters equivalent. Because as you zoom in, it rapidly becomes 1.8 and then 2.8 and then again and again, more and more till it reaches 11. So you got that, but this is very, very astonishing. And well, the autofocus is not as good as the one by the ZV-1. As you can see, it is slower. It is very, very much slower, but it is extremely good. The colors that this camera makes, it is... Maybe you've got to know, maybe this is the truest one to reality. because the ZV-1 is a little bit tonally challenged, shall we say. Not very much. The color that camera makes is very flattering for a human being. You basically, even if you're ugly as AF, you look good in that camera. In this camera is a little bit more real, so if you're white as a skeleton as I am, it does show up. But it has got a very good stabilization, 5-axis inbuilt. Of course, if you're gonna compare it to the Pocket 2, stop the comparison right now, because that's a mechanical true 3-axis stabilization. That's the best you can achieve with little money, shall we say. To be honest with you, I've got the creator kit for the Pocket 2, so that camera did actually cost me more than this one. This one I've got for I forgot. If I do recall correctly, about 450 euros. That would be 470 US dollar, around that amount, I do believe. Well, that's not, but it is important actually, because money and price is a very big contributor to the choice. It's a factor that you cannot overlook, because of course you're gonna pay for it, you're gonna want to use it, and I found that depending on how much do I pay something, I am naturally more inclined to use it more often or to care more about it. I'll give you an example. Since the ZV-1 did cost me twice as much as this camera right now, I'm more inclined to use this. Yes? Because if something does go wrong, God please no, with this camera, yeah, I'm gonna be angry as a snake, but not as much as if that camera does broke down, because that would be really devastating. That, plus the accessories I've bought for it, basically did cost as an entire month wage for myself. So that was a big investment. This one, yes, it is costly. No wonder about that. But it is much more affordable. So I'm more likely to carry in my pocket this one. And as I've already said, the Pocket 2 did cost me even more than this one. And the image quality this can achieve, I'm sorry, the Pocket 2 cannot. This has a 1-inch sensor just like the ZV-1, and as far as I've heard, it is a Sony sensor too. So probably it is not, I mean, maybe not the same exact sensor, because obviously that's a camera of 2020 and this is a camera of the year 2016, so we got 4 years of difference between one and another, but I do find that the quality is rather comparable. As far as stabilization goes, this one is not bad, as I've started to say maybe some minutes ago. I do recall, I'm not sure. And this is even better than the ZV-1 as far as stills. Yes, this is more of an all-rounder camera, but this does crop in very much when making 4K footage. The ZV-1 does crop also, but not as bad as this one. This one does crop even a little bit more than that. And the LCD of this one is only tiltable 180 degrees from in front of yourself, while that other one is very angled, so you can put it on the side, twist it wherever you want, so that's better. But this one, maybe it is more reliable because it does move less, and as everything, the least moving parts there are, the more tough an object is gonna be, because there's less to be broken. That's just how it is. This is fantastic. This camera, I do love it so dearly. And this camera is all made of metal on the outside, while the ZV-1, much probably by choice, because the RX 100, all the series, is made of metal as this one. The ZV-1 is derived by that series, and it is made of polymer, plastic, probably fiberglass reinforced ABS, by the looks of it. I'm not sure though. And I believe that's a choice made to reduce its weight, because they thought, well, if someone is gonna hold the camera like this while talking and going around, well, maybe it is better than that the camera doesn't weigh a ton. So we've got that. As the Sony ZV-1, this is tracking my eyes, and the audio from this camera is very, very good. I found also. I've not really compared it to the ZV-1 or the Pocket 2, so we're gonna compare it right now, and it's gonna be a comparison even for myself. As always, the Zoom H1N is recording alongside, so we're gonna see which one is best. Okay, so enough for the comparison made inside. Let's go outside in my garden and see how they do fare in the wild of the world. Well, I've got to say, prior to going out, this has not got the ND inbuilt filters like the ZV-1, and for the Pocket 2 I've got the magnetically attachable external ones made by DJI, so yes, I'm not gonna use them. Yes, even all the accessories I've got in the creator kit, I'm not gonna use those. Maybe we're gonna talk about it in another video, because I want to compare them as naked as they can be, because you know, we're gonna compare the actual cameras, not the accessories that you can buy with them, because otherwise, of course, you can plug in an external mic in the ZV-1. Of course, it's gonna have very, very good audio, better than this one. And for the Pocket 2, you can use in the creator kit the Bluetooth connected microphone lavalier, so you can have a better audio even for that. This camera hasn't got any of that. It just got a very, very good 2-capsule stereo microphones, and that's basically it. So, without further ado, again, we shall go outside right now. And here we are outside in my garden, so we can fully appreciate what a vlog with this camera would look like. You see my cat there. So, I'm onto the Lumix LX15 right now. It's recording right now, and as you can see, the bokeh is just fantastic. Look at that. I do get fascinated looking at the screen with this camera, like Narciso itself. Not really. I'm not so much fascinated about myself as how good does it look, a video footage on this camera that's so many years old, basically. Well, this is new. I bought it new, actually. But it is very good. And we got some UFO, I do believe. UFO, just because I cannot see that. And by definition, a UFO is an unidentified flying object. Ah, now it's not anymore, because I can see that. I can see that! Yeah, but you cannot. Well, I at least tried. It was a little bit of an helicopter, very one of those very light. Basically, those are mosquitoes. They do look like mosquitoes, or maybe wasps, but that's not the point. The point is I've got the stabilization on this camera. Just look at the image on this. Just look at it. How good it is. And I've got to tell you, the first time I tried vlogging with this, what I did is, was use the normal standard 49 areas autofocus that this camera can provide, and the focus was good, but you know, it was focusing on everything, and so I thought, oh, here we are, here where this camera falls short against the ZV-1. And then I searched through every autofocus type that was available on this camera, and I did find that it indeed had the eye tracking. Now I've set it to the eye tracking, but it's set it like that since my discovery, and I cannot be more happy than this. Look at the image. And I'm using right now the Ulanzi MT16 selfie stick / tripod / handle / whatever you want, or shoe. It can do basically whatever you want, if you don't want too much. That is, and it is very, very good. Outside, actually, as I've already said, it doesn't have a built-in ND filter, so you cannot compare it directly to the ZV-1 as far as exposition management goes. But it is very, very good. And sadly, we heard the difference in audio with the Zoom H1N before. I'm not carrying it with me right now because I don't have a way to attach it right now. Well, I could on the cold shoe actually, maybe another time, because I cannot find the hot shoe or cold shoe adapter right now. So that's what we're stuck to right now. And I try to be stable, but not too much. I'm not walking like a ninja like this because we are testing even the stabilization of this camera, which is not its strongest point. I've already said that, but it is indeed something you would want to know. I'm sure about it. So here we are. This is the Panasonic Lumix LX15 or LX10 again. It's very, very good. Nothing truly bad to say about this camera. The bokeh is fantastic. The autofocus is a little bit slow, even in this mode, but the colors and the footage itself I found to be very, 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 very good. So now back to the Pocket 2 in 3, 2, 1, now! And so here we are outside with the DJI Pocket 2, and you can immediately appreciate how much wider the field of view is. And well, the audio quality even outside should be very, very good, though it is a quite windy day, so I'm not sure about that. We'll have to hear what comes out of this video. But well, the autofocus on this is good. It's nothing exceptional actually. It is good, but nothing major. This truly does lend itself to very, very weird angles recording, because it is so light. I mean, it is so light that you can see so much of your surroundings, and with the Creator Kit you get the additional wide angle lens that turns this 98 degree, if I do recall correctly, wide angle to an even wider 110 degrees. So that's very, very good. The color wise is not bad, but I mean, I've seen better from both of those cameras. But the footage of this, obviously the stabilization is gonna be the best, no doubt about that. I don't even need to see the video, because obviously in this little screen that the DJI Pocket 2 has, you cannot very much see. So what goes on in details, and I seem to oversee the fact that the exposition levels are not very, very good. Well, of course, if I did if I had used the ND filter which I bought aftermarket after Finally, here we are again with the Sony ZV-1, this time in intelligent auto mode. So as you can see, the beautifully luscious bokeh that we had before is now sadly gone, because the aperture that before I had set manually is now intelligently set to 4.5/5.0. It is changing, I can see that on the LCD. And well, the quality is very good, as you would expect. But this camera actually has an ace upon its sleeve, and that is digitally enhanced, well, had more than enhanced bokeh, or well, not really bokeh, it's at the focus. So you can see that in 3, 2, 1, right now. As you can see now, we've got a little bit more separation between the foreground, so myself, and the background, so the leaves of my garden here at my home. So yeah, that's good. Oh, is it still defocusing? Now it's gone in macro mode because I'm close to it. I forgot to tell you that now we're using the dead muff/wind muff provided with the camera, because it is provided, so I think it's fair to use it. And the fact that the macro setting for the LX15/LX10 it's better than this one, because it allows you to get as close as 5 centimeters, if I do recall correctly, while this does stop at 30 centimeters, so a little bit less than that. I cannot remember precisely, but that is better. Though the video quality of this is astounding, mainly because of the focus. Look at this. The focus of this camera is astonishing. Look at that. I look like a monster. But it is very good. And here we are. This has got built-in ND filter, as I'm sure I've already said, and well, it's not using them today because basically the weather today, even in Italy, is not the best. It's quite, shall we say, quite British to some extent. Yesterday it rained, today it didn't rain, but it's starting to look like it will. And here we are, basically, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Now I will go back home to wrap it up very rapidly, and that's gonna be all for today. Back to the studio. And so here we are again, back into the studio to wrap it up and get to the conclusions. So if you want, in my opinion, a very good premium, exceptionally built camera that's very good at both making stills and videos at an exceptional price, then get the Panasonic Lumix LX15/LX10, because it truly is very good. It very much is, as you could see. The only downside will be the autofocus, but if you are not presenting products to the camera or doing this constantly as an imbecile as I am right now, then that's gonna serve you very well and do produce very good footage. For a very even more compact solution, the Pocket 2 is very good, but I found that it lacks the quality, obviously, of both the ZV-1 and the LX15. So for an everyday carry, it's more than enough. It's fantastic, and its stabilization is sure to be the best. But you know, even in low light situation, while it is very good, it's not on par with these other two competitors. Now, if you just want the best of the best, the better than the rest, the item which will make you worry about almost anything apart from its own menus when searching for a setting, Sony. Very, very good menus. Then I recommend you the Sony ZV-1 because, you know, you're paying for a very, very good quality item, a premium for its portability, its usage, its performance, and everything else. This has ND filter built in, a very, very good audio. It has, well, pretty much everything you would want from a vlog camera. Yes, the lens from the Panasonic, it's better, but the autofocus, it's very much worse. Yes, this does make very, very good videos, very, very good 4K videos. It does give you an awesome slow motion ability. The LX15, it's very, very good, but this is better. Oh, and I forgot to mention you that both the LX15 and the ZV-1 are so cropped in right now because they're in their stabilized mode. If you undo that, they'll be a little bit more wide angled, but since the Pocket 2 is very, very, very good at stabilization, well, it is its main point, I figured it would be only fair to leave those both cameras into their stabilized assisted mode, and because we want to test that. Just know that if you disable that, then the video becomes a little bit more larger in angle of view. So basically that's it. Of course, having the three of them is a very, very good kit, but it is actually the Madman's kit, which I probably am. For the price of all three of these items, you could have a very, very good mirrorless full frame sensor camera. So I do wonder while that if this is good, was a good choice, but that's what I managed to do, and this does give me very, very, very much more flexibility, if that's the correct word, in the fact that I can set up different viewing angle and use any of this camera for what it is best. So that's about it for today, folks. So this is the V7 vlog channel. Please give me a like and maybe subscribe if you've liked my rambling, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.